Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of the BMW build. It's been a while. Let's roll the intro. So, it's been, 2-3 months since the last update. And, reason for that is, if you follow me on Instagram, you'd see that you'd seen the, most of the engine parts, the covers are now down. I'll put the picture up here or here or, somewhere here. And, I could have made a couple more episodes about that, but in the end, it's just the same thing over and over again. You just take a piece of aluminum, clean it up, prime it, you paint it, and there's only so many times I can film the same thing over and over again and make it interesting. So, I just decided not to. And the second part is money. As you may know, most of the things that come with the BMW Emblem are ridiculously expensive. And, it was Christmas. You have to get, gifts for your wife, gifts for your wife's boyfriend, and then you gotta buy yourself a Nintendo Switch, right? So having any money for motorcycle parts, well, that's just preposterous, right? So, but good news is I've ordered the parts that I need, mostly gaskets that come for the both of these covers right here, and they should be arriving soon-ish, so we can start putting back the engine together. It still needs a little bit more of the wrinkled black paint on the top here, and I might give the covers a coat of like a really good clear top coat or lacquer, whatever you want to call it. So, and also it's way too cold in here right now to paint anything, so that's going to be more towards the spring when the weather starts warming up. But yeah, in this episode we're gonna go and start doing the fuel tank here. As you can see, it's pretty much already finished. That's because I had to refilm this intro, mostly because the old intro that I had a really bad light flicker that I couldn't just get fixed no matter what I tried. So here's the new intro, here's the finished product. Let's go see how I did it. All right. So, okay, we got the emblem here. Now here's a quick pro tip for getting the emblems off. First, of course, you hit it with the heat gun. Let's see here. Let's give it a little bit of just a touch of heat, loosen up the glue in there. There we go. Yeah, that about does it. Then you get one of these, really tight tip flathead screwdriver, and you go in from the side like this. Hold on, sometimes you need a little bit of a hammer. You just put the screwdriver like there. Easy, right? That's the easiest way to get rid of these. Now, I think the other side, not gonna bother with the heat gun. It's just ease the screwdriver in. Let's go from here. Yeah. There we go. Easy as pie. Now, let's start scuffing up the surfaces. So I'm just gonna give these surfaces just a slight rub. I think this is 160 grit sandpaper or whatever. So I'm just gonna go over the entire tank just to give the what the fuck is it called? The paint removal chemicals to have a little bit more of a surface to bond to. So let's do this. Okay, there's no jokes here. It's just me sanding this thing. All right, so we're in the paint booth. I just realized I don't have any good paint brushes. Like, these are all rock solid. So I think I'm just gonna have to just pour the paint removal stuff on and try to work it with a spatula or something. So here's the stuff that I have. It's called nitro mortars. These should be pretty good stuff, but haven't had a really good success rate with it with my last motorcycle tank. And then I have just some off-brand paint remover, paint stripper. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a cocktail of both of these and see what happens. So, all right, everybody, it's the next day, and well, the paint stripper went just about as well as I expected. So basically the paint stripper ate through most of the clear coat. A little bit of paint here and there, like you can see this part, a little bit over here, but yeah, that's about it. So I think I'm gonna start hitting this thing with just the wire brush wheel, and yeah, I'm not gonna stop until it's all clean. So I think this is gonna take about an hour, maybe hour and a half, but yeah, let's do it. Holy fuck. Alright guys, here's the deal. I don't care who you are, but if you're prepping something for paint and you need to lather the or whatever you're painting in a 1/4 inch of Bondo, there's a good chance you're not doing something right. So yeah, I'm gonna cut here and I'll be back when I'm finished. All right, guys. I think I'm so done for the day. I burned through one cord drill. That thing just melted. I don't know what the fuck this paint is right here. This stuff is so tough. It's so hard to grind through. It's just it's like I'm trying to sand down diamond. Like, it's fucking phenomenally hard. Like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna get some better sanding tools for tomorrow, because this is just, it is ridiculous. It took me like 2 hours first to get off all the Bondo that was on the surface here. Like, there was so much Bondo, it's not even funny. And then just burning through that one drill, trying to find another one. And this, I don't know what kind of paint this is, but I've never come across anything like this. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take this back to the paint booth. I'm gonna see if the paint stripper works on this stuff. I'm gonna leave it and I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I need to get some food. I'm so tired and I'm so hungry. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow or whatever. It'll be the same video for you guys, but whatever, you get the point. Alright guys, it's day 3 of the fuel tank bonanza. I pretty much got the fuel tank down where I wanted to. A couple spots of the undercoat filler on it still, but you know, why bother sanding it all off? I'm still gonna have to apply a thin coat of what's it called? Like a really thin putty. So yeah, I had to get me one of these small mouse sanders. I went through the paint with 40 grit, then 80 grit, and then I think 120 grit papers. It's not perfect everywhere, but you know, we'll get there. I think right now could be a good time to take this tank to the paint booth and throw a couple coats of acid etch primer on it. So yeah, let's do it. All right, I think we'll leave that to dry for a while, and then we're gonna give it another coat, and then start applying the glazing putty. So we'll be right back. All right, guys. The fuel tank now has 2 pretty thick layers of the acid etch primer. I was kind of hoping I could get Bondoing the tank today, but it's getting pretty late, and the thing is, I kind of want to wait until this paint is completely dry before I Bondo over it. So I'm gonna hit it tomorrow. That'll be day 4 of working on the fuel tank, and as soon as we get that done, I think I'm gonna call it the video part 1, and part 2 will be then painting, decorating, whatever I come up with it. One thing that I was thinking about is I think I'm gonna fill in the tank emblem spots. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just paint the BMW logos on it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this here to dry out overnight and start hitting it tomorrow with the thin putty. Hopefully this thing dries out well, so I don't have to hit it with another layer. But 2 layers should be enough. I laid the second layer on pretty thick, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. All right, guys, it's day 4 of the gas tank build. I kinda jumped the gun today. I've already hit the tank with some Bondo, and then I hit it with the 80 grit, and now I just threw down a layer of primer, just to see exactly where I need to sand a little bit more, where I need to add a little bit more Bondo. Then I think I'm gonna just give it a few more minutes to dry up. I didn't give it it's not a thick coat, just enough to, you know, let me see better where all the defects are. So yeah, I'm gonna give it just a couple minutes to dry. Then I'm gonna hit it with just the thinnest coat possible of my Bondo, and then I'm gonna go over it with, I think, 120 grit, because like I said, I hit it now with 80 grit and it left kind of rough surface, so 120 grit, layer of primer, and then go over some parts by hand. So yeah, that's where we are. It doesn't look really good right now, but after I'm like done with the second layer of Bondo, filling up all the divots and stuff like that, it's gonna look a lot better. So I kind of started doing the 120 grit, like, okay, I'm gonna sand a little bit here, a little bit there, and I just ended up just blasting through the entire fuel tank with the 120. There's a little bit of rough spot here that I still need to fix. I'm not too worried about this front face here, because there's gonna be the plastic tank pad here. This side is pretty smooth. I think I got it mostly roughed out, and all these tank pad, the emblem places, are now like super smooth. So yeah, I'm gonna hit this spot here, and I'm gonna go and clean this up. We'll give it a nice fresh coat of primer, and I think I might be able to put in some top coat tomorrow. So anyways, I'm gonna hit this, then we'll take it to the paint booth to get it done, and call it a day. That's not ideal, but it'll get covered with the tank pad, so I'm not too worried about it. A couple little spots here and there, but I think I can live with this. There's gonna be multiple coats of top coat, a lot of clear coat, so I think I can live with minor imperfections, since perfect is always the enemy of good. So I mean, I'll be working on this forever if I want to get it perfect. That I could smooth out maybe a little bit with hand. There's a little spot there. Will that edge be pronounced? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go through that with the hand. Maybe I'll take a little bit of these angles by hand with some sandpaper. But yeah. Alright guys, that's it for today. And for this episode, I think. So, woo. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Tune in for the next episode. And we'll be going with the clear coats and all that stuff, top coats and whatnot. So yeah, Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram for more updates. I think I'm gonna do more updates on the Instagram that I have before, since it seems to be a quite easy way to reach a lot of people. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.